Okay, with gun violence, first thing I think is, ain't none of these young folks got the money or legal to purchase the guns that I've seen on the streets of East Cleveland and Cleveland. So somebody in this here government, yes, I said government, is sending these weapons out to these children. Stop giving my kids weapons, or I gotta stop you.
And back in 1996, when he first started the Black Riders Liberation Party, they did like a peace treaty, bringing the GDs, the Vice Lords, the folks, the Bloods, the Crips all together in a united front.
Because think about it, politicking, politicking. They're lying to your ass. Motherfuckers only show up when they want you to vote for them. Come and sing and dance with you in the street, eat your little ribs, and then you don't see no more for 365 days.
That whole mentality of banging on the ops is all still under systemic oppression. It's a tool of the enemy to keep us killing one another.
That's what we used to do as black people. We used to do that because we loved each other. Y'all wanna love me no more?
When most people hear about neighborhoods like these, they hear about crime, violence, and statistics. What they don't hear about are the people trying to rebuild what's been broken. Today, I'm in Cleveland, Ohio, meeting with the members of the Black Riders Liberation Party, a group that says it's working to bring unity, protection, and purpose back to communities that many feel have been forgotten. But who are they really? And can organizations like this make a difference where so many others have failed? Yo, YouTube, what is up, my beautiful, amazing family here on YouTube? Welcome back to another video. It is great to have y'all back, and today we are here back in East Cleveland, Ohio, but it's a little bit different. I want to say probably a little bit more uplifting and a lot of power behind it. A couple days ago, a group called the Black Riders Liberation Party reached out to me and asked me to come out to one of their community events here in East Cleveland, Ohio, as y'all can see by the background. And we are about to go into this event and allow y'all to understand what's going on here in the hoods in East Cleveland. And I think they also tied in with Cleveland too. I'm not sure, but we will be able to ask them that. And we're just gonna like really allow them to really explain what's going on in the hoods and what they're trying to do to better the community. And I hope y'all really enjoyed this vlog, and what's to come. Make sure you like this video. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already, and turn on y'all post notifications. And let's get right into this video.
There we go.
Give me one more. Brother, hold on. One of y'all
Yeah, we gotta get one with everybody.
I gotta get one.
Okay. I thought you wanted to picture me. I was about to get him my pose.
Wait, watch this, Mom.
Hey, you want to take a picture? Here, I'm trying to. Now put your hand in.
Return,
there you go.
no such thing.
Now look at me. Look at me.
So right now, they are still setting up for the event out here in the community of East Cleveland, Ohio. I got a question for y'all. Like, in what ways do y'all feel like this is? How can these type of events bring the community out? How can these type of events actually continue to make the environment stronger? That is the question of this video. How do these events right here? How can these events better our communities? Do you feel like they can, or if they can't? Explain why in the comments below this video. All right,
Black power, all power to the people. My name is Captain Mahalia. I'm the local president and commander of the Black Riders Liberation Party Cleveland chapter. My husband, Melchizedek, is who you see over there in the uniform. And that's brother Freedom. The brother you see back there in the red, that's my OG Wicked of 6 Deuce Brams, Cleveland. I've been down with 6 Deuce Brams Blood since I was 15 years old. When I first got jumped in, I was born and raised in this area, East Cleveland. I remember a point in time where growing up, this neighborhood was considered to be like the suburbs. And now it's just so toe down. We decided to try to do something to give back to the community, you know, and to try to show them that, you know, we're standing against the stereotypes that have been placed on our people, you know. So this was an event for us to try to bring all the other local revolutionary groups together, and to show a united front in solidarity. See, our organization, the Black Riders Liberation Party, our general is out in California, right? And back in 1996, when he first started the Black Riders Liberation Party, they did like a peace treaty, bringing the GDs, the Vice Lords, the folks, the Bloods, the Crips all together in a united front. He changed their mindset from being gangsters and banging on each other to banging against systemic oppression. And that's what we're continuing here in the Cleveland chapter. He's given us his blessing to start our own branch out here. And so, you know, like I said, I'm Pyru, but we also have a lot of comrades that have come together with us from all different organizations and different gangs as well, right?
So that's pretty interesting. So basically it's like different gangs that came together.
Yeah, so we have like one of our local commanders, Brother Kareem, he's from the GDs, right? And so like we're all come together. It's called strategic cohesion and strategic alliance, right? So we're putting down the mentality that's been pushed on our people, right? It's called systemic oppression, and our people are under a spell, right, mentally. So with us putting our differences aside and coming together to show a united front, I think it's powerful. You know, we see from examples of leadership in the past, like Huey P. Newton, Bobby Seale, you know, Fred Hampton, and the greats like Dr. Khalil Abdul Muhammad. They all ran so that we could walk today, right? And so I think it's important for us. That's why we had the Fred Hampton Gun Club out here with us today, with all the drugs and the gang violence and the unnecessary deaths that have happened. Even recently, we just did a press conference in November for a young boy that was stabbed to death at the damn RTA right around the corner over here. I don't know if you've seen it on the news, but we did a press conference about that, right? So what we're doing is we're teaching them the importance of marksmanship, fundamentals, firearms, safety, and training, right? And learning that whole mentality of banging on the ops is all still under systemic oppression. It's a tool of the enemy to keep us killing one another and warring with one another instead of focusing on the real enemy, which is systemic oppression, right? So when we know that from doing our due diligence and our research, when we read books like the Handbook of Revolutionary Warfare, it teaches us that, you know, the CIA, the FBI, they all, when they see a rise in consciousness in our community, they call us what? They call us messiahs, right? And so we are on a mission here. I'll show you our flyer. We have a mission called Operation Messiah, where now we're growing in number strategically, where we can change and shift the mindset of our people to become more conscious, right? Instead of banging on each other, let's bang against the real enemy, the real culprit here, and form an alliance. As long as we keep banging on each other, we're doing right what the enemy wants us to do. We're killing each other, right? That's their plan at the end of the day. That's why they put us in this area and they give us the bottom of the barrel. As you can see, we're trying to put on something beautiful for the community today. We had our bounce house fall through because this particular area don't have no electricity, right? We got a bathroom right there. No lights, no electricity, nothing for us to be able to provide for the people, but we still gonna do it regardless, right? Yeah. So I'm gonna take you over here so you can talk to some of our comrades, some of our OGs. So
growing up, you joined Bloods.
Yeah.
Like, what inspired you to do that? Like, what pushed you?
Me, you know, when I was growing up, I was raised by elders, but outside of my elders, I really didn't have no family. So the Bloods became my family, you know. And then when you out here in these type of areas, you know, you need protection. So they become a secondary family for those that don't have families, right? Yeah. So you know how they talk about it take a village? Yeah. They became the village. OG Wicked, You want to talk to, yeah, so we got some free food out here for the people. We were hoping to have a few guest speakers from the Fred Hampton Gun Club. We got the Lieutenant Colonel over there. He's going to speak a few words as well. This OG Wicked, he going to speak a little bit.
What's going on?
Can you tell us a little bit about the Black Riders Liberation? Can you talk a little bit more about that? Like what it stands for? What
I'm not
affiliated
with this.
Okay.
I support because of my niece and her husband.
Yeah.
But I'm a chef. I'm Chef Wicked. My own company is Food on the Go. You order, we bring it to you. We cater events. We do dinners, different type of stuff like that. That's pretty much what we do.
All right. So why do you think events like this is important to the community?
I think this would be good for the community because it can take young people and change their way of thinking. Instead of being out here committing crimes, they can learn something that can empower them to move in a positive light.
What is one way to draw the people to come?
Events like this is a start, but it's going to take more people to get engaged and get a better understanding of what their movement is about. So it just takes, doing events with hit or miss in them, taking chances and trying to build relationships with the community.
How you doing now?
Pretty well.
Mahaya was supposed to speak to you about, let me get my mouth together, about the Black Riders and our mission for the community.
Yeah.
And our mission here in East Cleveland is more important than ever. You know that East Cleveland is one of the poorest metropolitan areas in the United States. Not Ohio, the United States. You got Flint and East Cleveland going back and forth for who is the poorest, most impoverished, blighted community in the United States. So here at the bottom, that's where we are, at the bottom. Why is it important for us to organize? Because if we don't organize, eventually we're going to be dead. If you, Kwame Nkrumah, who wrote The Last Stage of Imperialism, when you see an imperial empires dying out, the first thing they concern about is the money and the resources, but at the end, they start exploiting people more and more aggressively. So if we are the impoverished people at the bottom, we've all seen The Purge. We know what's coming when we look in the dark parts of our imagination. That's why it's important we organize so that we can be ready for whenever they make the decision to get rid of us. We can't give them that decision. We have to take it from them and let them know you can't come in our communities and continue to do this. And that's why it's important that we organize.
What do you think the solution is to help change the direction?
Well, all of this is in a book. If you pick up a book and read about our history is very clear. That's why they don't want you to know your history. Why do you think they eliminate Black history? So they can keep us where we're at.
Mentally.
Mentally.
So do you believe it's mentally slave? It's slave?
Well, there's levels to this. It's a system. A system doesn't operate with one component. It has like an engine. It's got parts all over it that do all sorts of things. The most obvious thing is that first of all, they've corrupted our families and our women so that they corrupt our children. Our children go to school and not learn. So that's a system. Then when they broke up our families by incarcerating our men go in jail and all sorts of things happen to them. So this is a system. You need to understand it and how it operates. Then lastly, we have to build our community economically. Basically, once they destroy us individuals mentally, then they destroy our communities economically. Look around. You know what I'm saying? You see what's going on in our community. It's been going on, always been going on. It don't matter if it's Democrat, Republican, Independent, it's always adverse in East Cleveland and in the Black community, right? When it's hard times for them, it's depression for us. So that is why it's important that we organize. When you're in an oligarchic, militaristic, racist system, the only way to survive is extended family. That's proven. So that's why you see all these movements to stop us from organizing. Why they're driving cars in the groups? Because we've always organized and we've defeated their systems of oppression. So now it's not good enough that we overcome their oppression. They want us to destroy it and not complain about it. So in the end, it's about the children, our families, our future. the type of communities we want to live in. We do control it. We do have the power. All power to the people. And that's what they're afraid of. That's why they elected Trump. Why did they elect Trump? To give them their America back, because they knew they were losing it. So we must give them what they're afraid of. Black solidarity. What did J. Edgar Hoover say? The most dangerous threat to America's security is black solidarity. So let's scare the crap out of them and work together.
One more question. What do you think? Do you think the mind is a powerful tool right now? As in images, the target, basically.
Well, I think that your mental health has
not really around mental health, but like more so, say if I want to change or control a person, I strip them from their culture and I push out images of who I want them to be. Like you see what the rappers is pushing out, or a certain culture that we believe that we are.
When you look at why was the CIA involved with rap music? Why were they funding record deals? Why did they give money to P. Diddy? Why did they give money to Suge Knight? Why is the CIA so interested in rap music? I love rap music, but why is it there's no more militant rap no more? I mean, why is drill music about killing people? How does that even get promoted? Who gave the money for drill music? So yes, I agree with you. It's a mind is a terrible thing to waste, and don't be convinced with their evil system. But at the end of the day, this is all about the money and resources.
Absolutely. And then getting back to what we were saying earlier about our mission, this is a flyer that shows what our mission statement is. As I was saying before, you could touch probably a little bit more about this, comrade, but you know, we came up with Operation Messiah because in the past, organizations like the FBI, COINTELPRO, they considered us to be messiahs, black messiahs within the community when they see consciousness arise amongst our people that aren't driving that that mindset, whereas we banging on each other. When you start seeing people that are standing up against systemic oppression and speaking out against corruption and things like that, they call us messiahs. And what do? They kill us. They kill us. Exactly. So now our objective is to create so many different armies of messiahs that we are untouchable, because it doesn't matter if you take me out, I got 20 more. You know what I'm saying? So it's more so about the consciousness and regaining and rebuilding the black nation, right? Because we're tribal people by nature, right? They've conditioned the black woman to become loud, boisterous, promiscuous, and we're teaching the opposite, to become modest, soft-spoken, and to lead with righteousness. You know, that's something that our people need. That's something that's missing within the ranks of that's the missing key, is that order and decency is missing. Even when in the gang structures we have order, you know what I'm saying? And when we come together collectively, we are a force to be reckoned with. We're a weapon, and they know that. The intellectual mindset of the black man and the black woman, the black man, woman, and child being the true holy trinity, they know that. So when you have individuals like Brother Freedom, me, these brothers, these conscious and woke brothers and sisters out here that's all coming together collectively, they don't like to see stuff like that.
I got a question. Why do y'all think they fear the conscious mind of the black community?
It's about money. Basically, if they can do it, like going back to your question about the mind, if they keep us in a place of ignorance, that is how you make a slave. You break a slave by making him forget everything he knows.
Absolutely.
So that you can tell him what he knows.
What did they do with us from the beginning when they took us off the so-called slave ship? They took our culture from us, they took our language from us, and they gave us the white man's watered down version of our own belief structure, right? Now that we're regaining our discernment, and we're relearning our true identity, our true purpose, we are a weapon, and we're a severe threat to them. So, you know, it is what it is, but we gonna continue on.
Do you believe this is like a deep spiritual battle?
It surely is.
Why do you?
This is definitely spiritual warfare.
We live in an Armageddon.
Absolutely.
I mean, look at what's happening. The United States has been defeated. Just the other day, the United States and Israel integrated their military. Why would the United States integrate with tiny Israel? It's because they own, certain people own 90% of the means of production. And now that it's battle stations and Israel is going down, its opinion is a pride of the world.
And I'm going panther back off what my brother was just saying, and I'm going to speak what a lot of people don't want to say out loud is the fact that when we talk about Israel, the true Israel is the black people, right? The true Israel that's spoken of in the Bible is the black people, right? So Israel over there, that's the synagogue of Satan that America has been funding for all these years. That's why they have weapons of mass destruction.
And
but true Yasharal, Israel is us who are still
the
under
chosen
systemic
people
oppression.
of God.
So when we stand against systemic oppression, they see us as a threat. That's why we are going to continue to awaken the masses.
Their
right?
system
They
is
can target
oppression.
me, but I'm going to make sure I got 50 more of me behind me.
Their system is oppression. That's why criticizing the oppression
Sister, you want
makes them mad. But anyway, and in conclusion, you can judge a tree by its fruits. If you look over there and see what they're doing to the people in Gaza, you see that's not anything the people of God should be doing, killing children. More children have died in Gaza than died in Ukraine, that's died in East Cleveland. So that's my opinion.
Black Power. Captain Sparks, the Cracker Smacker, Fred Hampton Gun Club. We are the other black militants here in Cleveland, Ohio. I am the leader of the chapter here. Fred Hampton Gun Club has one thing to say to y'all. If you have a felony in the state of Ohio, you cannot legally possess a firearm, correct? Correct.
That's crazy.
But in the state of Ohio, you can carry a longbow or a crossbow as self-protection. I am the leader of the archery division of the Fred Hampton Gun Club.
Somebody gonna hear it.
I guess sister will put us out there because I don't have any cards or anything to give y'all how to reach me, but you can find me on Facebook, Miguel Abdullah Aziz. Miguel Abdullah Aziz. You can find me on Facebook. Find me on Facebook, give me a call, I'll get you in.
I got a question.
Yes.
So what do you think about guns, and what do you think about what's going on in our communities today with it? With gun violence?
Okay, with gun violence, first thing I think is, ain't none of these young folks got the money or legal to purchase the guns that I've seen on the streets of East Cleveland and Cleveland. So somebody in this here government, yes I said government, is sitting these weapons out to these children. They ain't bought it at no gun store, and they ain't bought it at no gun show. It was dropped in the neighborhood somewhere. They will tell you that themselves. Stop giving my kids weapons,
I am proud of you because you went.
or I gotta stop you. Johnny government.
Which one ways you feel like we can stop the
I
government?
appreciate it, man.
One of the ways we can stop the government is stop voting for their shit. If nobody show up for an election, can't nobody get elected. But they're gonna pick who they want to be in those seats. Our black Congress people, our black House of Representatives, all the black people that represent the neighborhoods, come out and represent us for real and quit taking them stakes on the side shoulder.
What do you think about politics? Even people that's black that's in politics that succeed.
A bunch of bullshit. A bunch of bullshit. Politics is bullshit. You want to be for real about something, equality,
Right.
then you need to leave politics alone. Because think about it, politicking. Politicking. They're lying to your ass.
So what can you say to the individuals in our community that get blindsided because they see a black person in politics and they think, oh, they for us, and then they get tricked?
Personally, like I say, I don't vote for nothing. I don't trust none of them, especially the black politician. He bought and sold like a steak dinner. Okay? If you true about yourself, you true about who we are, we don't need that. Look, why we fighting so hard to change the rules in the game that they fix when we can create our own rules in our own game?
Right.
You see what I'm saying? It don't take me to go stand in front of a desk and clean this lot out and make this house suitable for somebody black to live in. It takes some of this and some will to do it. Motherfuckers only show up when they want you to vote for them. Come and sing and dance with you in the street, eat your little ribs, and then you don't see no more for 365 days. Okay?
I'm with you, brother.
Going to city council don't mean jack. They sit in that room and lie. Everything is a lie about America. Understand that. Everything. Only truth here is us. We gotta learn how to stick together. We don't need no damn money, we just need each other. I got some shoes, you need a shirt, let's trade. We used to do that. You know? You know, I ask your grandma, ask your great grandma. Oh, she got some fat back, and you got some grits. We need some grits. We need some fat back. Let's swap. That's what we used to do as black people. We used to do that because we loved each other. Y'all wanna love me no more? Huh? Ain't that something? I'm always here for you. Captain Sparks, Cleveland, Ohio. TCS, the Cracker Smacker. Fred Hampton Gun Club, Black Power.
Yo, what's up, y'all? So, if you don't know, I have recently dropped my third self-published book called Shoes on the Wood by myself, NaShan Clay. It is about my life story, you know, what was it like growing up in the hood, being homeless, you know, gun violence, was a friends to gun violence, just having to navigate through this life struggles of growing up in the hood and, you know, into my adulthood. And my book is on Amazon under this name, NaShan Clay. You can order, you can get this come in the mail, or if you like to read on your phone, the ebook is available. The Audible will be available soon, all on top of the hard copy book. If you would like to read my book now, these copies are available in the ebook. Shoes on the Wood, thank y'all for your support. I really appreciate it. You know, I am the first person in my hood and the youngest to be a 3-time self-published book author. And I am the first person in my hood to even create a book, setting the standard and setting the lane for a lot of kids who come from where I come from. And I appreciate it. Hopefully I enjoyed this vlog. Because it starts here also. You know, I'm showing kids in the hood, this is who you can become. You know, it doesn't matter where you come from. You know, you are the one who determines the lane and the pathway you want to take, you know, and I got a free will. God bless me with that. I chose to go another route in life, and now I'm successful, and it's always other routes, positive routes, good routes, legal routes to take coming up in the hood, you know.
Yeah, so, you know, I joined the Bloods when I was 15, right? And then shortly after that, you know, after I graduated high school, I went off and joined the United States Army. I did 8 years. Now I'm back giving selfless service back to the community. This is my OG, this is my uncle, this is my family for life. You want to say a few words?
This your boy Wicked.
Yeah, they want
You know what I'm saying? It's my niece. You know what I'm saying? She got affiliated into the gang at a young age. But during her time in the gang, she learned a lot of things. And she took what she learned when she went to the service and made a change that came back more positive than negative.
Yeah.
So she took her gang experience and transformed it to give back.
Exactly, and that's the same thing that we're continuing on, right?
You're right.
You know, we got to try to reach the people, and that's something that I was telling my OG is that General Taco is continuing that same type of ideology. He's gone into the prisons, he's talked to the gang members within the prison systems, he's also reaching out to the gang members out there, you know, and we're doing the same thing here to try to wake up the people by the masses when it comes to a consciousness, right? And I mean, I could have been dead and in the grave, you know what I'm saying? And some of the, he knows, some of the other people and influences I had at that time in my life was influencing me to do bad things, right? I was out here robbing people, I was stealing cars in the middle of the night.
Doing the most.
Yeah, right. So,
But
you know,
God
people
had another plan
exactly.
for
So people, I don't look like what I've been through.
Right.
You know, all praises to the Most High.
Yep.
Yeah, all power to the people.